Jesus once told a story that revealed the true heart of God. A story about love, freedom, failure, forgiveness, and grace. There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger of the 2 was restless. Though he lived in his father's house, surrounded by care and provision, his heart longed for independence. He wanted life on his own terms, without rules, without waiting, without restraint. One day, he came to his father and said, "Father, give me my share of the inheritance." In that culture, this request was deeply painful. It was as if the son was saying, "I wish you were dead." Yet the father did not argue. He did not shout. He did not force his son to stay. Instead, with a heavy heart, the father divided his property and gave the younger son what he asked for. Not long after, the younger son gathered everything he had and left home. He traveled far away to a distant land where no one knew him and no one held him accountable. At first, life felt exciting. With money in his hands and freedom in his heart, he lived recklessly. He spent his wealth on careless pleasures, chasing joy wherever he thought he could find it. But the happiness did not last. Soon, every coin was gone. And just when he had nothing left, disaster struck. A severe famine spread across the land. Food became scarce. Jobs disappeared. Hunger filled the streets. The young man was desperate. With no money and no friends willing to help, he took the only work he could find, feeding pigs. For a Jewish man, this was the lowest possible position. Not only was the work humiliating, but the hunger was unbearable. As he watched the pigs eat, he longed to fill his stomach with the food meant for animals. But no one gave him anything. Alone, starving, and broken, he finally reached the end of himself. In that moment, something changed. He came to his senses. He remembered his father's house. He remembered that even the hired servants there had more than enough food to eat. And there, in the dirt, surrounded by pigs, he made a decision. He said to himself, "I will go back to my father. I will say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants.'" He did not expect forgiveness. He did not hope for restoration. He only hoped to survive. So he got up and began the long journey home. Step by step he walked back, rehearsing his apology, carrying the weight of shame and regret. He knew he had failed. He knew he had broken his father's heart. But while he was still a long way off, something incredible happened. His father saw him. Day after day, the father had been watching the road, hoping, waiting. And the moment he recognized the familiar figure in the distance, his heart was filled with compassion. The father did not wait. He did not stand still. He ran. Ignoring dignity, ignoring tradition, the father ran toward his broken son. He threw his arms around him and kissed him. The son began to speak. "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But before he could finish, the father interrupted him. He called to the servants and said, "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let us celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." And the celebration began. Music filled the house. Joy replaced sorrow. What was broken was restored. But not everyone was happy. The older son, who had been working in the fields, heard the sound of music and dancing. When he learned that his younger brother had returned and that a celebration was taking place, he became angry. He refused to go inside, so the father went out to him. The older son poured out his frustration. He spoke of years of obedience, of silent faithfulness, of feeling unseen and unrewarded. The father listened. Then he replied gently, "My son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad, because your brother was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." Through this story, Jesus revealed the heart of God, a Father who allows freedom even when it leads to failure, a Father who waits with hope, a Father who runs toward the repentant, a Father who restores, forgives, and celebrates the return of the lost. This is the God who welcomes us home. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching.